Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCW Monday Nitro. As always, I am your host, Tony Styles. Paulie Pepperjack is here. He's got some things to say. If you're following the Instagram, you'll know we got some security footage.
Okay, here's a little message from the king of the streets, the lady street, the deliverer of meats, the sultan of sheets. It's Paulie Pepperjack. First of all, thank you, Dom De Niro, for taking care of all complaining ones. You done good, kid, you done good, but you could have used a little more of the sausage and peppers. To the rest of yous, there's only so many candy-ass jabronis before I get to the top. The title belongs to me, the gold is mine. Yous already know I'm the only one that can pull out Bob. You can come for me, you can complain to the brass, and at the end of the day, you can shove it up your ass. I ain't sweating the small stuff. Estelle and I are coming for what is ours. We'll be taking our accolades. The rest of yous can take a number at the Gauntlet and do the big, heavy, sucker-punching Sugarfoot. That shit may take care of Alexa Bliss, honey, but you're gonna have to swing a larger bat if you want to step up to the plate on Paulie Pepperjack. Estelle's gonna make you feel like Peter Kane after you left him in the dry creek bed. As for the rest of you shit heels, after I finish my meatballs, I'm gonna do to you what Kane did to McMahon. I already got the 12-volt pulled out of the game. See you real soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Paulie Pepperjack laid it all on the line. As I said before we got the security footage, you can catch it on our Instagram. Sugar for the Violator trying to violate one Paulie Pepperjack. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCW Monday Nitro live from Los Angeles, California, the Staples Center. Of course, I am your host, Tony Styles. We got a hell of a night for you. And in your main event, Lex Luger will be taking on the Witch Doctor Rata in an ambulance match, apparently. Lex Luger wants a little bit of a revenge after what Rata did to his best friend Sting. And also in competition, many more people. I don't have the card in front of me, so I apologize for that. But that being said, I am excited to get to tonight's action. I know you are too. So let's head to the ring and see what's going to open up tonight's Nitro. And I'm hearing the theme song of one Zakainen. Ladies and gentlemen, Zakainen now headed on to the ring.
The following contest
hasn't been very popular here at WCW as of late. He attacked Sam Edwards a couple weeks ago. Went on a hiatus. Said he was going to look for some friends in high places. Didn't really know what that meant. But here he is tonight, going to go one-on-one with Tony Sphiggs, the current reigning #1 contender for the WCW Television Championship. Last week showed up here on Thunder looking for Yojo Jerk. We knew Yojo Jerk was doing some media press for his podcast. Wasn't in town. And Tony Sphiggs just happened to show up and cut a promo. But that was then, this is now. He's got a big-time competition here with Zakainen. And hell, if Zakainen wins, do you consider Zakainen now the new #1 contender for the television title? I bet you Zakainen would. But I'm excited to get to this action here. Thank you so much for being a member of the Legend Series channel. That's where you're going to get this beautiful story-based content. Your Nitro, Raw, SmackDown, and Thunder shows. Members only, of course. And speak of the devil, speak of a member. Tony Sphiggs been a member since day one, essentially. And he's on his way to the ring
and
here.
His opponent from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 206 pounds.
Tony sells those jackets out of the back of his car. Don't ask how much they are. Says nobody can afford them. I said, Tony, overcharging for a damn jacket from the 80s. He just laughed it off. He said, if you want to look this fly, you will pay that kind of money. That being said, Tony Sphiggs is here, and he's ready to take on Zakainen in one-on-one competition. This is the kind of action you can expect from WCW. Of course, on the Raw side of things, a lot of action happened over there. Right now, Tony Sphiggs just playing to this WCW crowd, this Monday Nitro crowd. Thank you so much for being a member. We appreciate you. And I'm excited to get to this action. Tony Sphiggs looks like he's calm, cool, and collected. I mean, he might have something on Zakainen. He might know how to get the job done here on Zakainen. He looks very confident. And I'm excited to see how this plays out. And here we go. The bell rings. Beautiful drop kick right out of the box by Tony Sphiggs, going right after Zakainen. And like I said, you got to be careful. Zakainen might be the stronger of the two here. I'll give him the power game. But Tony Sphiggs definitely more agile, more quicker. Might have to rely on those cat-like reflexes to get it over here on Zakainen. Nice elbow drop to the chest of Zakainen here. I don't think Zakainen expected Tony Sphiggs to come out this fired up. Now, Tony Sphiggs is just putting on the display right now. I bet you he's wondering if Yo-Jo Jerk is somewhere in this building watching this right now. I bet you he is. As Tony Sphiggs goes to town here on Zakainen. As you know, Zakainen and Yo-Jo Jerk have run in some familiar circles. So they are no stranger to each other. They are friends. So maybe Tony Sphiggs taking out a little bit of frustration on Zakainen. Elbow drop off the top rope. I might be right here. And now Tony Sphiggs firmly in control here of Zakainen, dropping him right down onto the canvas. Wait a minute now, Zakainen relying on that power game. Zakainen will always have a puncher's chance as long as he relies on that power. Now Zakainen back in control here for the first time, actually. Working over the lower back of Tony Sphiggs. And now he's got him in a headlock, right punch right to the face. That's a close fist. That referee better get a little control of this. And here comes Zakainen now. Like I told you, puncher's chance gonna knock him out. Zakainen now in firm control. Kick to the breadbasket, the midsection there of Tony Sphiggs. And now Zakainen to the top rope here. What's Zakainen gonna do? Beautiful knee drop from the top. Zakainen might go for it all here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Tony Sphiggs. And Tony Sphiggs now, beautiful reversal. Now with some strikes of his own. Firing some shots right to Zakainen's face here. Wait a minute now. Beautiful maneuver by Tony Sphiggs. Fires up. He goes for the cover. 1. And Zakainen kicks out at 1. Gonna have to do more than that to put down the machine here. The vault, of course. The Albino Cobra. Albino Cobra strikes with a shot right to the face of Tony Sphiggs here. And a beautiful flapjack by Segway. And now Zakainen trying to stay in control of Tony Sphiggs. But Tony Sphiggs not going to be denied here. Irish whip off the ropes by Zakainen here. Now wait a minute, go for that belly to belly, but reversed by Tony Sphiggs. But now another reversal, yet another reversal. These men know each other very well, it seems. Might have done their homework. Tony Sphiggs just showing off his ability here. Beautiful splash by Tony Sphiggs. He's fired up here. He might be going for that flatliner. He might be ready to hit that flatliner. Wait a minute, he's going for the patented shoulder breaker instead. Going to drop Zakainen. This could do it. He's going to just reposition Zakainen into the center of the ring. Go for that cover. This could do it right here. 1, 2. And Tony Sphiggs gets the big time W here to open up Monday Nitro. Fantastic opening contest. Let's take a look at the replays here. Starts hot out of the box. I mean, Tony Sphiggs, it came with a plan to put down Zakainen, but Zakainen had some offense of his own here. Beautiful knee drop off the top. Went for that belly to belly, but as I said, Tony Sphiggs did his homework on Zakainen. Was able to reverse some of those big time moves. And right here, the splash sets up the shoulder breaker that would inevitably put the Albino Cobra to sleep. And Tony Sphiggs walks out of here with a big-time victory to open up WCW Monday Nitro. I am sure Yo-Jo Jerk is watching this one real closely. He's going to have his work cut out for him at Slamboree in just a few weeks. But I'm impressed with Tony Sphiggs. Didn't think he had it in him, to be quite honest with you. But Tony Sphiggs says he was going to come here, pull out a W, roll into Slamboree with some momentum, and he did just that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Legend Series Members Only. You guys are the only ones who get this content. Members Only, of course, gets the storyline-based programming. And speaking of storyline-based programming, I'm seeing that Zakainen just put his jacket back on and grabbed a microphone. Let's hear what the albino Cobra has to say. Right now, let's take it back to the ring.
Some people like to worry about the end of the world. Armageddon came and went. You just didn't notice it. I travel to Wasteland because I have to. That's all there is. But sometimes, along the way, there's a light in the darkness. Sometimes, I find a survivor, someone who knows what the score is. Sometimes, alliances need to be made. This is one of those times.
Zakainen talking about
so let me introduce this survivor. I need everyone to witness Laser Pants.
Oh, geez, you heard it here right now. Laser Pants is here. We received word last week that he signed a deal to the LSWA. I guess he doesn't want to come in here to the WCW alone. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Laser Pants himself has officially aligned himself with the albino Cobra, the Vault, Zakainen. The question is now, where do we go from here? Do they go after the tag titles? Do they keep it on a solo mission here? Does Ryan go for the World Championship while Zakainen goes for U.S. title glory? We don't know. But you're seeing it right here, the start of the 3POA, right here at the LSWA. This is the kind of unpredictable alliances you can expect here at the LSWA. I can't believe what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, but I am impressed. Welcome to the LSWA, Ryan. Zakainen, of course, scored a couple of losses here to start his LSWA career. Maybe deciding, aligning himself with someone like the likes of Laser Pants. And here we go, these two men staring each other down, getting ready. Shake my hand. And Laser Pants does just that. You have your official alliance right there. Zakainen, you got him. Laser Pants is ready to go. He joined the WCW roster. I'm impressed with how this show has started out so far. Zakainen might have not gotten the W, but has made waves regardless by aligning himself with one Laser Pants. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WCW.
The following contest is a Gauntlet Match.
We got a fantastic match coming up here, a Gauntlet Match.
Two superstars will start in the ring. When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. The eliminations can occur by pinfall, submission, or disqualification. The match continues until one superstar remains. And that superstar will be declared a winner!
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Big time Gauntlet match coming up next to determine the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Of course, Geofferino going to take on Booker T at Slamboree.
Manchester, England.
But of course, there has to be a contender right after that. And this match will determine just that. And we're starting off hot out of the box with the one and only Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And let me tell you something, this commentator is going to be excited to call this one. We got some greats, we got some hardcore icons, we got some lucha libre action, all kind of action right now going to happen in this Gauntlet match. We're starting with Davey Boy Smith, though, the British Bulldog. And let me tell you something, if this commentator had a choice, I wouldn't mind letting this Brit represent the United States of America. British Bulldog has known success all over the world. And right here at the LSWA, he can claim victory. All he's got to do is defeat 7 other men that stand in front of him. Of course, this is an 8-way gauntlet match. 2 men start, and every time there's a pinfall, the next man comes out. So the British Bulldog's got his work cut out for him, drew the unlucky number of number 1. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The British Bulldog awaits his opponent, and there it is. I hear those familiar.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Of the
weighing in
Four Horsemen,
at
out comes the
257
Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
The Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
The Enforcer, Arn Anderson, headed to the ring. A fantastic opportunity to bring the U.S. title back to the Four Horsemen. Question is, can he get it done? He's got a tall order ahead of him in the British Bulldog, and of course, 6 other men that are vying for this same opportunity. Of course, in this match right now, I'm just receiving the notes. Buff, Bagwell, Cactus Jack, Vampiro, Sabu, Conan, and of course the Enigma Raven. Raven just joining this WCW roster, immediately signing on to this gauntlet opportunity. This morning, Eric Bischoff put the blank booking sheet up, said anybody who wants a shot at the United States Championship, just fill in your name. And 8 men did just that. And here we go, starting the match. Arn Anderson and British Bulldog. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at the LSWA. Of course, this is members-only content. If you're a member, you get Nitro, Raw, SmackDown, and Thunder on their respective days, Mondays and Fridays, hopefully. Please don't hold me to that. But we are here right now, late night Monday, watching WCW Nitro. Beautiful discus punch by the Enforcer. He might be wrapping this one up early, sending Davey Boy home empty-handed. Let me tell you something, this right here is a dream match for myself. Getting called this right, beautiful Bulldog from the Bulldog. And the British Bulldog now following Arn outside, and Arn Anderson drops a beautiful double axe handle off the apron. They are in no man's land right now outside. There is countouts here in a gauntlet match, or at least I thought there were. The ref didn't really make a count. But now Arn Anderson attacking Davey Boy Smith. This WCW crowd letting them know how they feel. Not really too keen on the barrage of attacks from the Enforcer. The Enforcer puts down Bulldog. Goes for recovery here once. And the British Bulldog doesn't even let a 1 count happen. And now the Bulldog, beautiful maneuver here up into a roll-up. But it was a rope break. Got Arn Anderson into those ropes. Arn Anderson, crafty veteran, grabbing the rope immediately. And now the Bulldog attacking every inch, every extremity. Now he's got him in a surfboard here. We'll call it a British surfboard here for the British Bulldog. But Arn Anderson, crafty reversal from the Enforcer. Fantastic scientifics being displayed here. A beautiful reversal from the British Bulldog. Dropping Arn Anderson. And now he's rubbing his face right there on the canvas. The referee needs to get a little bit of control here. I know it's a gauntlet match, but they could still lose by DQ. As these 2 men know what's on the line here, an opportunity to fight for the United States Championship. And now the British Bulldog with an overhead punch right to the abdomen. An Irish whip. Arn Anderson drop down here. Beautiful leapfrog. And a beautiful power slam by the British Bulldog. Putting down Arn Anderson. He's going to go here. Oh, beautiful maneuver now working over the Enforcer's arms. The Enforcer can't use his arms. He can't drop you with that double-A spine buster. And now the British Bulldog hits the ropes. A beautiful Mafia kick to the head of Arn Anderson. Both men roll outside trying to get a breather as Arn Anderson, but might not have enough opportunity to do so. But the British Bulldog breathing right down his throat. And now Arn Anderson, wait a minute. British Bulldog really did his homework on Arn Anderson and now drops him with a headbutt. Might have busted him wide open here. And wait a minute, he's going to go for a power driver on the outside, and he does just that. Everybody knows Arn Anderson has a bad neck. You better keep an eye on Arn Anderson right now. He just got power driven on the outside. This might do it for the Enforcer. The British Bulldog now pulling out all the stops to get the W here in this gauntlet match on WCW Nitro. And the Bulldog now's got him up in that power slam. He hits the Bulldog power slam. Here we go. 1, 2. And Arn Anderson kicks out. That's good to see. At least we know the Enforcer's okay. The Bulldog now kicks him right in the swole of the back. As I said before, Bulldog working over every inch of the Enforcer. He's now going to punch him right in the face. This crowd counting him off. As the British Bulldog now fires close, visiting Arn Anderson now. Maybe out of desperation, drops the Bulldog with a clothesline now. And now look at this little insult to injury, kicking him right in the face, but goes for a knee drop and misses it. As the Bulldog now back up to his feet. Wait a minute now, Bulldog now, uncharacteristic of the Bulldog here in a power bomb. Gonna alley-oop Arn Anderson onto that corner, beautiful stun gun. Now he's gonna jack up Arn Anderson and drop Anderson right on the top of his neck. That'll really work you over there. Now the British Bulldog, an Irish whip, Anderson off the ropes, going for a beautiful flapjack. Bulldog now going for a cover here. 1, 2, and Arn Anderson kicks out. Fantastic match here to start out the gauntlet between Arn Anderson, the Enforcer, and of course the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. If you guys are a fan of these legends like I am, please sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think of this action. Bulldog and Arn Anderson putting it all on the line to advance to the next round of this gauntlet match. As now Arn Anderson, wait a minute, Bulldog now coming back at him. Now the Bulldog in firm control, but Arn Anderson's not having any of it. The reason why they call him the Enforcer. Beautiful short arm clothesline by Arn Anderson. That'll do it right there. 1, 2. And the British Bulldog kicks out. And wait a minute now, Arn Anderson might have him right where he wants him. He might be going for that big double-A spine buster right there. There he goes, spine buster. 1, 2. And the British Bulldog kicks out of the double-A spine buster. Not many men get to say they did that. And now Arn Anderson going for it all. Big time elbow drop, nails it. Arn Anderson now furious at the fact that the Bulldog kicked out of his move. He's dropping the knee right across the back of Bulldog's. Oh, wait a minute. Setting up for his patented DDT. Arn Anderson now might be putting Bulldog down to that DDT. Wait a minute, now going to walk him over to the corner here. And he busts the Bulldog wide open on the turnbuckle. These men getting a little stiff here. Arn Anderson with the stiff kicks to the corner. The Bulldog here knocking all the wind out of him. And now Irish whipping to the corner goes Davey Boy. And now Davey Boy looks a little angry now, going to reverse. Stiff elbows. Oh, well, look at this now. Kicks of his own to Arn Anderson. And now Davey Boy looks like he's got something planned here. He's going to jack him into the middle of the ring here. Wait a minute now. Davey Boy Smith going to stomp out Arn Anderson here. And wait a minute now. Going for another British surfboard here. He's got Arn Anderson. Wait a minute. Arn Anderson rolled over into a pin here, but Bulldog kicks out. Bulldog now drops Arn Anderson with a big-time clothesline here. Ducks a clothesline from Arn. Wait a minute. Big-time back body drop by the British Bulldog. Another big-time spine buster by the Bulldog. And wait a minute here. What is the Bulldog out playing? Look at the power display by Davey Boy Smith. Just picking up Arn Anderson. A beautiful Bulldog power slide. That ought to do it right there. 1, 2, 3. Bulldog advances to the next round of this gauntlet. Arn Anderson, thank you for coming. And you hear the music here. Here comes Conan. Conan, everybody knows, of the Filthy Animals, formerly in the NWO. He's on his way to the ring now. He is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. We got to take a quick break. Nitro continues. Conan Bulldog next. Stay with us. And we are back. British Bulldog and Conan in action here. The next round of the Gauntlet. Beautiful power slam by the British Bulldog. British Bulldog, of course, eliminating Arn Anderson just a couple minutes ago. Conan hitting the ring here. And another big-time Bulldog power slam. He might be sending Conan on his way, too. And Conan kicks out. Conan recently telling me he needs to capture the WCW United States Championship to prove himself that he belongs on this roster. Wait a minute, beautiful discus punch by the Bulldog. And let me tell you right now, if Conan can get it done tonight, that alone will prove that he belongs on this roster for sure. Not only, wait a minute now, Bulldog going for the power display by the British Bulldog twice in a row. Another Bulldog power slam going for it again. 1, 2, and Conan kicks out again. 2 power slams. Bulldog fired up here, trying to advance to the next round. Of course, it's randomized. We don't know who's coming out next. The British Bulldog now waiting for Conan to get up here. Believe he's going for another power slam here. Wait a minute, Conan reverses it, dropping Bulldog to the canvas. As I said before, Conan trying to become the WCW champion, United States champion. Now Conan going for a cover. The Bulldog kicked out. And wait a minute, Conan gonna put Bulldog in the Tequila Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise by Conan, a move he made famous. That's the actual name of the move, the Tequila Sunrise. The Bulldog may have more guts than brains at this point. Now Conan hitting that top rope here. What does Conan got planned? Conan, a beautiful maneuver, flying off the top rope with a beautiful arm drag, dropping the Bulldog. Conan now setting up, maybe got him in a prime position, going for a cover here. 1, 2, and the British Bulldog kicks out. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you're just joining us, we appreciate you for being a member on the Legend Series channel. Of course, if you're a member, you get this story-based programming brought to you live from Legend Series himself. And wait a minute, beautiful maneuver by Conan. Let's relive the Monday Night War together. Join the membership. You get all this storyline-based content and the pay-per-views. A beautiful maneuver by Conan, dropping Bulldog right into the guardrail. And of course, Davey Boy Smith now in big-time trouble here in no man's land. Conan has got to get him back in the ring. And win the Bulldog playing a little bit of possum, waiting for Conan to come in before he strikes. Now the British Bulldog tossing Conan back into the ring. As I said before, I wouldn't mind if the British Bulldog was the one to represent the United States, but hell, Conan might be one hell of a representative of this great country. If he can get the job done, he's ready to go for the Tequila Sunrise again. Will the Bulldog tap out? He's going for the Tequila Sunrise yet again here. The Bulldog might be in deep, deep doo-doo. And the Bulldog doesn't tap out again. Conan might be setting up for that flipping clothesline. And here it comes, even the little flip, and there it is, the big time clothesline by Conan. 1, 2, 3, and Bulldog's out of here. Conan advances to the next round, and who's coming out here but the one and the only Vampiro. Big time star over in AAA and CMLL. Of course, the Lucha Libre fame. Vampiro here in WCW. He's ready to make a name for himself. He captures an opportunity at the United States Championship. He's got to get through his friend Conan right now, and he's in the ring, and here we go. Conan now has got Vampiro up. Beautiful maneuver by Conan. Conan might be sending Vampiro on his merry way. Before he even gets started, a Tequila Sunrise right now on Vampiro. Is Vampiro going to tap? The ref now checking on him. Well, Vampiro now reversing out of the Tequila Sunrise. Vampiro, of course, very scientific as well as very versed in the aerial styles of Lucha Libre. Big time kick right there, leveling Conan here. Vampiro's got an opportunity of a lifetime to advance here and take on the winner of Geofferino or Booker T. And now Conan drops Vampiro across the ropes. little bit of snake eyes, 1. And Vampiro kicks out after 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for joining us. Please join us on the weekends when LSWA presents Saturday Evening Slam live from the Gimmick Factory. That's where the brand loyalty lines are blurred and everybody shows up to the Gimmick Factory to settle scores. Last Saturday was the first inaugural episode, and man, oh man, was it a doozy. This week provides to be even bigger than the last. But right now, we got to get there first. We still got Nitro and Raw, SmackDown, and Thunder before we even get to the Gimmick Factory. And Vampiro now in firm control of Konnan. A nice move, kick right over the top rope here. Dropping Konnan, 1, 2, and Konnan just kicks out. Vampiro might have gotten all of that kick that he needed. Knocking Konnan for an absolute loop. And now Vampiro trying to stay in firm control here of Konnan. Irish with beautiful spinning heel kick by Vampiro. That might do it. 1, 2, 3. That'll do it. Konnan, thanks for playing. Here's your soda pop. Buff Daddy, Big Buff Daddy, Buff Bagwell is here with an opportunity of a lifetime to win the WCW United States Championship. Sorry. Buff Daddy now walking to the ring. Buff Bagwell has got to get through Vampiro and a couple other big-time WCW stars here. And Vampiro staying on Buff Bagwell, almost immediately dropping him down. I don't think Buff Bagwell knows what he signed up for when he got in this ring with Vampiro. Vampiro drops him down. Beautiful maneuver there. 1, 2. And Bagwell kicks out. Bagwell currently working on a win-loss contract record. If he's got more losses than wins come the end of the year, he will get released from WCW. So Buff Bagwell, we're going to keep a close eye on Bagwell's win-loss record as Vampiro down to the top rope, going for it all, but misses. Bagwell now picking up right where he needs to, picking up the scraps of Vampiro. This commentator hopes, I'm hoping for the best with Buff Bagwell. But if Buff Bagwell thinks he's going to have his mommy call this office and call out for him like he did the WWF, he's got another thing coming. He will find his way out on his keister. That is one thing we can assure you. And right now, Vampiro's having his way with Buff Bagwell. And look at this, he's going to break the arm of Buff Bagwell, showing everybody that he is nothing more than a pair of glam muscles. Vampiro now Irish whips Buff Bagwell into the barricade and gets in the ring. As you know now, the Gauntlet has no countouts, so you can really take it to your opponent on the outside. And wait a minute here, Vampiro going to do just that now. Beating the chest of Buff Bagwell here. Really working over Marcus Bagwell. Dropping him down on the floor. Bagwell in deep doo-doo here. Oh, single leg DDT. Vampiro now going to work over on the weak legs of Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell has been known to skip leg day. Now, wait a minute here. Vampiro now advising against jumping off the top rope, although he is, well, wait a minute, going for a super kick, but sidestep by Bagwell. Bagwell now going to demonstrate some power here. Going to walk him over, snake eyes. Drops Vampiro. 1, 2, and Vampiro kicks out. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. Maybe going for another cover here now. Maybe using the ropes to his advantage. But Vampiro immediately kicks out. Takes 1 to no one. And now Vampiro reversing out of it. Hit with some shots in the midsection there. A beautiful maneuver. Springboard kick now. Is going to set up. He might be setting up for something serious here. Bagwell might be in serious trouble. Bagwell now going up in the tombstone. Power driver back like Vampiro. Crossing those arms. 1, 2. And Bagwell kicks out of the tombstone. Vampiro's shocked. Vampiro now showing a little bit of frustration. You're going for a big time choke slam, dropping Bagwell. And wait a minute here now. He's in firm control, and Bagwell drops him down in the jawbreaker. That move out of desperation had to be. Bagwell now Irish whipping Vampiro. Beautiful arm drag by Buff Bagwell. Bagwell now has to stay in control. Vampiro, beautiful, perfect plex. Gonna hook him here. 1, 2. And Vampiro just kicks out. Ladies and gentlemen, Vampiro has seriously impressed us so far here on WCW Nitro. His debut. There's a couple more debuts. As I said before, Raven will be debuting as well. Of course, you heard the rumors. Sabu is in action, but if Sabu doesn't get the job done, Sabu might be going to the WWF, team up with Rob Van Dam, as Bagwell drops a big-time elbow here. Bagwell now in control. You're going for a beautiful Russian leg sweep. Can Bagwell get the job done here against Vampiro? Looking like he might be able to here now. Irish whips into the corner. Bagwell might be going for that blockbuster maneuver. Beautiful reverse DDT by Vampiro. Now Vampiro sizing up Bagwell. Beautiful knee into the corner, dropping Bagwell. Now going to stop Bagwell out in the corner, choking him down. Wait a minute, Bagwell showing the power. Drops Vampiro right on his face. Buff Bagwell now's got him. Buff Bagwell going to work him over in the corner. Might have busted him open. Vampiro's in serious trouble. This Bagwell, I thought Bagwell was going for that blockbuster. 1, 2. And Vampiro kicks out again. Like I said, love him or hate him, you gotta respect the abilities here of Vampiro. Being able to hang so far with not only Conan, but now Buff Bagwell as well. Beautiful maneuver. Cravat neck breaker. And now Vampiro setting him up. He's got him right where he wants him. Vampiro now, beautiful kick, but Buff Bagwell reverses it. And another spinning heel kick by Vampiro. Vampiro now sizing him up. Is he going to go for that tombstone? Another tombstone here by Vampiro. This might do it. Boom! Levels him. This has got to do it right here. 1, 2. And Buff Bagwell is out of this. Vampiro now 2 in a row. You got to be impressed so far with Vampiro. And you hear that music, you know who that is. Hardcore icon Cactus Jack is here. Cactus Jack also currently in talks to be traded to the WWF roster. That being said, Nitro will continue with Cactus Jack versus Vampiro. We'll be right back. Cactus Jack now. And Vampiro going tit for tat. Punch for punch here. And wait a minute now, Vampiro's got him. Super kick right to the face of Cactus Jack. Leveling. 1. And Cactus Jack kicks out immediately. As I said before, Cactus Jack currently in talks with the WWE to be traded over to the main roster. The question is, which face of Foley will show up? We don't know. Right now, we got Cactus Jack here on Nitro. And he's working over Vampiro. Oh, off the ropes. Wait a minute. Cactus Jack almost bumping into the referee, having some words with him. And Vampiro now. Beautiful spinning heel kick by Vampiro, leveling Cactus Jack. Vampiro now, wait a minute, gonna tombstone Cactus. He's gonna tombstone Cactus Jack. He put him down. Wait a minute, this might do it right here. 1, 2, and Cactus Jack kicks out. I mean, it took two tombstones to play. Beautiful Asai moonsault. It took 2 tombstones to put down Buff Bagwell. It might take 5 to put down Cactus. Now Vampiro in firm control of Cactus Jack here in the corner. Cactus Jack, no stranger to gold here. Look at the power now being displayed by Cactus Jack. Drops Vampiro right on his face, and now Cactus sizing him up. Might be going for that double arm DDT. And wait a minute now, Mandible Claw. Shades of Mick Foley's other ego, Mankind. He just dropped Vampiro now. 1, 2. And Vampiro kicks out of the Mandible Claw. Cactus Jack now visibly frustrated by that. That usually puts him down. And look at that, Vampiro. Might have been a low blow there. We can't tell. Vampiro now, beautiful maneuver. Drops Cactus Jack. And now what does Vampiro got planned here? What is Vampiro going to do here? Vampiro now going to the top rope. Maybe adding a little insult to injury here. What a kick off the top rope by Vampiro. Now he might have got all of that one. Drop Jack. 1, 2. And Cactus Jack is out of here. That's 3 in a row for Vampiro. You got to be highly impressed. And as you now hear, Sabu, quite possibly his last appearance here on WCW, has an opportunity of a lifetime. He's going right up against Vampiro right now. How much does Vampiro have left in the tank? He's got to take on the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu right now. And now Vampiro smartly getting right on top of Sabu and staying on top of him. Beautiful face washes. Really taking it to Sabu here. Beautiful Asai moonsault, springboarded all the way to the top rope. That was picture perfect by Vampiro. As I said before, you got to be impressed so far with Vampiro. Beautiful power bomb on Sabu. If I was a betting man at this point, the odds have had to go up and up and up for Vampiro here. He seems to get better as the match goes on. And now he's waiting for Sabu to get to his feet here. He might be going for it all right here. He's got Sabu, puts him down. This might do it. 1, 2. Man, oh man, I thought that was going to be 4 in a row. But Sabu instinctively kicking out as Vampiro now goes for a kick, but Sabu rolls out of the way and Irish whips. Vampiro now ducks down. Iro, beautiful leapfrog and a beautiful flipping drop kick and a clothesline to the outside takes Vampiro completely out of it. Sabu now getting a breather here, trying to get this LSWA audience into it. Vampiro now back in the ring. As Sabu smartly stays on Vampiro. Vampiro's been on quite a tear tonight. Has beaten Conan, Buff Bagwell, and Cactus Jack. One right after another. And here he is right now, finding himself in quite a way against Sabu. Sabu now climbing to the top rope. This might do it. Sabu known for that hurricane run off the top rope here. Sabu now, wait a minute, fighting back. Heading back up to that top rope here. Is he about to do what I think he's about to do? He's about to do the reverse Rana. Sabu, don't you dare. Sabu, here he goes. Beautiful reverse Rana onto Vampiro. That could have done it all right there. Could have dropped Vampiro on his head. This crowd saying this is awesome. You're damn right it is. And Sabu now fired up. This WCW crowd might not want to see Sabu go. Sabu now drops Vampiro. Sabu now in firm control here. Wait a minute. Spoke too soon. Irish whip down, drop down. Leapfrog by Vampiro. Vampiro now low blow. Some may say that might have been the breadbasket. Wait a minute now. Beautiful short arm clothesline by Vampiro as he's back in control. Goes for another Asai moonsault. These two men relying on the quickness and the aerial game here to advance in the gauntlet. Wait a minute now. Sabu going for that Maestro cradle. 1, 2. And Vampiro kicks out. As you know, there's only one more guy left, and that's the Enigma Raven. Sabu drop down. Another leapfrog by Sabu. And a beautiful Huracan Rana by Sabu puts down Vampiro. Now Sabu fired up. This is the most emotion I've seen out of Sabu's entire career. And a beautiful slice bread by Sabu. That might do it right there. 1, 2. Damn it, thanks for playing, Vampiro, but it's not your night. And as you know, as I said a second ago, here he comes, the Enigma Raven. Raven is on his way to the ring. Raven has an opportunity of a lifetime debuting here tonight, and not only debuting, but debuting at number 8. The advantage is definitely in Raven's favor. Can Raven get the job done against Sabu? And here we go, the bell rings. This is the last round of the Gauntlet, Sabu and Raven. So far, this has been an absolute classic. Raven now trying to slow Sabu down with some scientifics, but that might not work. That might only anger Sabu. But Raven now definitely the more scientific of the two for sure. Gonna use his abilities here to work down Sabu. Fantastic second match. I mean, Zakainen and Tony opened the show and had a fantastic opening contest, and now this second match is absolutely blowing the roof off the place here in the Staples Center. As Raven works over Sabu here. Raven, as I said before, really slowing the pace down. Doesn't want Sabu to get any kind of momentum. Dropping down Sabu here. And beautiful clothesline by Raven. Raven now got Sabu right where he wants him in the corner here. Double axe handle to the back of the head and another one. Really going to work over Sabu here. Working over those legs so Sabu can't hit the patented triple jump moonsault. Choking him down in the corner. The ref letting it go at this point. What the hell? Screw the rule book. Raven now goes to the top rope here. Raven, what has Raven got planned? Calling Sabu to get back up to his feet. Wants him to be staring at him. And went for a big time chop, but Sabu sidesteps it. Might have been a mistake on the part of Raven, but Raven smartly clothesline Sabu back down and staying on top of him. As I said before, you don't want to give Sabu any time to start hitting ropes and diving at you, because Sabu will use his entire body as a weapon. He does not care. And look at Raven now, displaying some dominance here over Sabu. And showing this WCW. Wait a minute now, Sabu might have gotten the opportunity that I was just talking about here. Sabu's got Raven back up to his feet, drops Raven across the ropes. And now Raven's in deep trouble here. Sabu gonna work over Raven's arm. Sabu now kicking Raven right in the back. Sabu now beautiful. So as I was saying, Sabu now going to start using that aerial game to take out Raven. And now Raven ducks the clothesline here. Beautiful bulldog by Raven. Raven, of course, known for the DDT, the even flow. Nice elbow drop by Raven. Now Raven going for a cover here. 1, 2. And Sabu just kicks out. As I said before, Raven known for the even flow DDT. Sabu now, wait a minute, trying to get some offense. Sabu now got Raven, got Irish whip him off the ropes here. Beautiful Huracan Rana by Sabu. Sabu now attacking Raven. Going back up to that top rope, like I said, this is where he feels comfortable. Up there in no man's land. Sabu now, beautiful. Wait a minute, Raven reverses it into a dropout powerbomb. That might have done it for Sabu. Sabu's in big trouble here, trying to get up here. Wait a minute, Raven now. Beautiful short arm clothesline, shades of his mentor, Jake the Snake Roberts. Sabu now in deep trouble as Raven works over those legs. Gonna make sure that Sabu cannot hit those moonsaults anymore. Is he going to lock it on? I thought he was going to go for that Indian deathlock. But wait a minute here. Oh, wait a minute now. Even flow DDT. Raven just dropped Sabu in the even flow. Sabu is dropped in the even flow, and Sabu is completely out. Raven goes for the cover here. 1, 2. And Sabu kicks out of the even flow. Raven cannot believe it, yelling at the referee. And now he's choking Sabu. He is furious. And now Sabu just trying to get back up to his feet. Sabu is completely on Dream Street while Raven works him over. Now, wait a minute. Now, Raven's going to toss him in. And, oh, man, I think his head just hit the post. Sabu is completely out of it. Raven now. Raven yelling at Sabu to get up. Begging him to get up. Wait a minute now. Raven, oh, my goodness, Raven now. just sandwiched Sabu into the corner there after he tossed his head into the post. And now Raven's going to the top rope. What's Raven got planned here? Raven drops the elbow across the head of Sabu. Oh, man, that's got to do it right. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my goodness, Raven. Raven the winner now. Raven screaming, go to WWF, you bum. As Sabu rolls out of the ring. But let's go see some replay here for Vampiro. I honestly thought Vampiro was going to win this all, as he had Sabu right where he wanted, but Sabu hits that slice bread, gets out the 1, 2, 3, and advances. Luckily, Sabu just acting on instinct, but Raven here using the scientifics to put down Sabu once and for all. Sabu might be in big time trouble as he hits the WWE. Between getting tossed into that post, the elbow off the top. Sabu definitely has a concussion, that is for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I am being told that we are going to hear from one Shane Edwards, who is backstage right now. He's got some words for his opponent tonight, Teddy Darklaw. So right now, let's take it to one Same Time Toys, Shane Edwards.
Teddy Darklaw, you want some more of this? You're welcome to it. I thought you had enough when I busted you wide open in London. Apparently you're not as smart as I gave you credit for. But that's okay. There's more than enough same time to go around. But this time, I'm gonna make you tap right in the middle of the ring, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Oh, Don Curvin, you thought you got rid of me? Sent me over to WCW so I couldn't exact a little revenge on our first match? Well, guess what? There's a little thing called House Show coming up. And I'm calling you and that whole pathetic pre-roll crew you got. You bring anybody and everybody, brother. And if you want just a little bit more than just me, I'll bring my brother with me. And you don't want none of him, son, 'cause he's sick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on WCW Monday Nitro, and right now, coming to the ring, a legend in his own right, Jim the Anvil Lightheart, on his way to the ring in the one-on-one competition against everybody's favorite bouncy ball, Geofferino. This morning, the Anvil and Geofferino exchanging some words. The Anvil telling Geofferino that he had the absolute worst Irish accent he has ever heard out of a human being's mouth. Geofferino, of course, being from Ireland, took some offense to that and said, why don't we settle it in the ring right now on Nitro? And the Anvil happily obliges. And here we are, we find ourselves the fortunate witnesses to a one-on-one competition between Jim the Anvil Lightheart and Geofferino. Ladies and gentlemen, now the Anvil awaiting his opponent. Geofferino now, of course, teaming up with his best bud, Woody, in the form of Morning Wood. But right now, he's got to go in alone, just like Woody did last week. And he's going to take on the Anvil by himself. The familiar strings.
Representing those guys
And
from
here we go.
New York.
Geofferino's
Weighing
here.
in at 455 pounds, the Eagle Jack.
The rope says glorious. As you know, the moveset of Geofferino is quite glorious, as he can hit you with a barrage of aerial maneuvers. Of course, training under the tutelage of Super Porky from AAA and CMLL fame. Showing him that it doesn't matter the size. If you can use the bounciness within you, you can become as aerial as Rey Mysterio Jr. And Geofferino has done just that. Geofferino channeling the greats of Lucha Libre. And tonight has an opportunity of a lifetime to take on a legend in Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Let's see how Geofferino fares in solo competition. The referee going to ring the bell. And here we go. The Anvil displaying the power now with an overhand punch. Now he's got Jeff right where he wants him in a waistlock. But Jeff showing that he's got some power of his own with a beautiful reversal to a waistlock of his own. Geofferino, of course, an opportunity of a lifetime. Going to take on Booker T at Slamboree for the United States Championship. That might be why he's wearing those pants. Might be trying to manifest the championship. But he's got a tall order ahead of him, Booker T. But if he can get the job done right now in Jim the Anvil Neidhart, he might build some momentum heading into said pay-per-view. Right now, the two men displaying some scientific chain wrestling right here for this WCW audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Legend Series members only LSWA programming. Of course, Legend Series will be back at it with his play motion as well as talking figures in the coming weeks. But right now, we're doing the wrestling thing, so let's be into the wrestling thing now. Jim the Anvil staying on top of Geofferino. Going to go for a cover here. 1, 2, and Geofferino just kicks out there. Geofferino now, wait a minute. The Anvil, like I said, Jim the Anvil's a crafty veteran. He knows that he needs to stay on top of his opponents. Hit the W. Beautiful leg lariat by Geofferino, showing everybody that he will always be a little light in the loafers. He's got those quick feet. And now Geofferino stepping right over the top rope. Beautiful springboard crossbody by Geofferino. Living up to his name, the Eclipse blocking out the light of Jim the Anvil. Didn't see where anything was coming from. And now Geofferino hitting him with a barrage of offensive maneuvers. I think Geofferino might be going to the top rope now. He might be going for that big time Eclipse splash by Geofferino. 1, 2, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart kicks out. Can't believe he had enough in him to kick out. I thought Geofferino knocked all the wind out of him. But the Anvil, of course, showing that he definitely has a lot more core strength than we give him credit for. And now Jim the Anvil biting the head and whipping Geofferino back into the ring. And 1, 2, and Geofferino just kicks out. The Anvil now staying on top of Geofferino. He knows what he's got to do to get the job done. Listen, let's not take anything away from Geofferino. Geofferino might be new and young to the business here, but Geofferino has the hell of a lot of testicular fortitude. I mean, he's getting in the ring with the likes of Jim the Anvil Neidhart right now. And the Anvil now positioning Jeff wherever he wants him. And look at the power displayed by Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Beautiful power slam, shades of his brother-in-law, Davey Boy. 1, 2, and Geofferino just kicks out again. The Anvil looks more impressed than angry right now with Geofferino now firing some shots. Geofferino, beautiful reversal. Geofferino goes back to the outside now, right where he feels comfortable. Is Geofferino going to springboard here? He's going to springboard in another beautiful crossbody. Geofferino feeling right at home in the air. And now Geofferino going to work over Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Ladies and gentlemen, this is WCW Nitro, part of the LSWA's Alliance. Oh, beautiful Asai moonsault by Geofferino. This is the kind of action you can expect from the LSWA. Of course, the WWF and WCW. Recreated, reimagined, beautiful maneuver by Geofferino. And you have an opportunity to be a part of it, and we thank you for being a part of it. If you're watching this means you're a member, and you will get this story-based content weekly, as well as a barrage of other things, live streams, other content behind the scenes. You can expect it from the Legend Series channel. As Geofferino waits for the Anvil to get up here. Beautiful drop kick by the Eclipse there. And now Geofferino might be going back up. He might be going for another Here it is. Big time eclipse splash. Do you see the way he defied gravity and spun in the air? 1, 2, and Geofferino scores a big time W here tonight on WCW Nitro. Let's take a look at the replays here. The Anvil had some control, but he could not answer the barrage of aerial attacks by Geofferino. Not 1, but 2 eclipse splashes. And that puts down Jim the Anvil Lightheart. And now Geofferino's got some momentum heading into Slamboree against Booker T. I know Booker T is watching this very closely right now, either in the back or his home in Houston. And I know he's going to be doing a lot of training. He's going to be ready to defend his United States Championship against Geofferino coming at Slamboree. And right now, Geofferino just celebrating with this WCW audience. They love the big fella. And they're going to celebrate this win with him. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Styles. I appreciate you all for joining us here tonight. Legend Series members only content. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm just receiving word that Booker T will be in action on Thunder this week. So please hang out with us as we just cook here at the LSWA. But right now, we're going to take another commercial break.
Geofferino steps into the ring, his heart is racing, feels the sting with every cheer. He's not alone, he knows the fight is all his own. He'll rise above, he won't back down. A lion spirit claim the crown. With fists up here, he'll on the night through every struggling fight. His might, the crowd ignites, the voices loud, and fights of glory makes him proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WCW Nitro, and here we go. Falls Count Anywhere action. Shane Edwards, Teddy Darklaw, their feud just heating up here on Nitro on WCW. Teddy Darklaw, you said you name a time, you name a place, you name a stipulation, and I'll show up and we'll get this done. And Shane Edwards saying, Falls Count Anywhere. Let's see if your mouth can cash. Let's see if your ass can cash the mouth, whatever, you know what I meant. The check that your mouth wrote. Jesus. We got a lot going on here in the booth. And we appreciate you. Teddy Darklaw coming to the ring now. Of course, it's the WCW side of things. We got a lot of WWF side of things to get to when Raw comes at you. But right now, Shane Edwards and Teddy Darklaw want to settle this one once and for all in a last man standing, or I'm sorry, Falls Count Anywhere match. And here comes Shane Edwards, his theme song hitting the arena. The WCW faithful going nuts, and here he comes wearing the mask, the Iron Crown. Heavy is the head that wears that crown, and Shane is wearing it proudly as he heads to the ring to take on Teddy Darklaw. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being corrected. Booker T will not be in action on Thunder. He will just have a promo. He's got some things he wants to say to Geofferino on SmackDown. So we'll see how that plays out. But right now, Teddy Darklaw and Shane Edwards are about to engage in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And here we go. Teddy Darklaw and Shane Edwards. Beautiful offensive barrage by Teddy Darklaw, trying to come right out of the box to get a W. And Shane Edwards now kicks out. Shane Edwards, of course, new to the WCW roster, as you saw his promo before. A little angry with the pre-roll crew, as Don Curvin was his last official opponent when he was on the WWF roster. Recently went to the Gimmick Factory with his brother and a debuting Rowdy Riles, who just cut a promo on Raw and will be debuting on SmackDown this Friday. She debuted with the Edwards brothers when Shane called out the pre-roll crew. Unfortunately, weren't successful this past Sunday at the Gimmick Factory. But right now, Shane Edwards got his playful with Teddy Darklaw, who seems to have... Shane's up. Wait a minute now. Shane sidestepping that. Beautiful reversal. Shane now showing some smarts. Drop down. And a beautiful power slam by Shane Edwards. This crowd firmly behind. Same time, toys. And now Shane going to stay on Teddy Darklaw. These two men have scouted each other quite well in these last couple of weeks as they've been engaged in a back and forth. And now Shane Edwards going to the top rope. Shane, beautiful elbow drop off the top rope by Shane Edwards. Shane now trying to get the job done against Teddy Darklaw, trying to prove himself in this WCW roster. Of course, his brother, attacked by Zakainen, just made his return at the Gimmick Factory this past Saturday. Sam Edwards, of course, a part of the WCW roster, will be in action at some point. And being told, him and his brother finally team up on television action on Thunder this Friday. And now Shane attacking Teddy Darklaw with a kendo stick. Maybe Shane trying to build some momentum going into Thunder this Friday. And now Ted drops Shane and throws the kendo stick at Shane Edwards, yelling obscenities at Shane. And now Shane fires an overhead punch right to the face of Teddy Darklaw. And now Shane really working over Ted. Beautiful Irish whip now tosses Ted all the way to the outside. And Shane really fired up here. A beautiful maneuver, dropping him all his weight right on the chest of Ted Darklaw. 1, 2, as you know, Falls Count Anywhere. They can get this match done wherever they want. It can happen all the way in the parking lot if they wanted. But Shane now, oh, look at this now. What is Shane going to do here now? Wait a minute. This might be the difference. Is this the burning hammer? Burning hammer on the outside. That might do it. That might be the difference right there. Here we go. 1, 2, and Ted Darklaw kicks out. What testicular fortitude being displayed by one Theodore Darklaw. And now Shane Edwards looking for another weapon. This time pulls out the sledgehammer and really levels Teddy Darklaw. Ted Darklaw going to have to take a bath in Epsom salt when this is done too. This might do it, and Ted kicks out again. Say what you want about Ted Darklaw's attitude. He is one hell of an athlete and a competitor here on WCW, and tossed right into the stairs by Shane Edwards. And now Ted fired up. Ted is furious. Beautiful Blue Thunder bomb by Ted Darklaw, dropping Shane Edwards right on his dome on the outside. Now wait a minute, measuring him. He's measuring big time boot by Theodore. And he's going for a cover now. This might do it for Shane Edwards. 1, 2. And Shane Edwards just kicks out. Fantastic action here on WCW Monday Nitro. Very impressed with all the participants on tonight's matches so far. We still have plenty more to come. We have 4 big-time matches left, and we are just getting started here with a Falls Count Anywhere match with Theodore and Shane Edwards. And now Ted Darklaw to the top rope. Ted talking some smack to the WCW faithful. And wait a minute, beautiful Hurricane Rana by Ted Darklaw, putting Shane down. This could do it right here. 1, 2, and Shane Edwards kicks out again. Shane Edwards, the man has a lot of fight in him. He will fight to the bitter end. Irish whip right into the barricade. Shane Edwards right now might be just acting on instinct, as Ted Darklaw really in control, dropping him again with a beautiful European uppercut. And now going to toss Shane back into the ring, knows that maybe that's where he wants to get it done, even though it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Teddy wants a little bit of bragging rights, but wait a minute, Shane playing a little bit of possum here. Shane now getting back up, kicking Ted in the back. Shane now screaming some obscenities at Ted. Beautiful leg drop. And now, wait a minute. Shane now measuring Ted Darklaw. Wait a minute now. Shane Edwards going to go to the top rope there. Shane likes it up there, up top in the high rent district. Beautiful clothesline by Shane Edwards. Fantastic maneuver, going for it all here. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Ted Darklaw kicks out, not even. Didn't even get to 2. Kicks out at 1. And now Shane chasing after Ted. Ted now chasing after Shane now, going after each other. These two men don't like each other at all. Very angry. Wait a minute now, Ted gonna drop Shane in a beautiful brainbuster on the concrete. I know there's padding out there, but there's still just a concrete floor under it. And now Ted Darklaw looking under the ring there. Got another kendo stick, and wait a minute, Shane smartly blocking it. Gonna drop Ted with a beautiful sidewalk slam. Maybe finally putting the nail in the coffin. But wait a minute, Ted sliding out of the way. As Shane went for a leg drop. And these two men clearly can't stand each other. They're putting it all on the line in this Falls Count Anywhere match, tossing Shane back in the ring. Ted now yelling at the ref to get out of his way. And Ted now grabs Shane, might have Shane right where he wants him here. Beautiful maneuver. Wait a minute, Shane reverses the Blue Thunder Bomb. Wait a minute now, Shane gonna Irish whip him off the ropes here. And now Shane, beautiful sling blade. Shane just hit the sling blade. Perfect. 1, 2. And Ted Darklaw just kicks out of what looked like the nail on the coffin. Shane Edwards now a little frustrated. So Heyman screaming to the heavens. Now he's visibly frustrated with Ted Darklaw. He won't stay down. Irish whip. Knocks him down with a drop down. Wait a minute now. Oh, beautiful leapfrog. And another sling blade. Hits him with another sling blade. Screams right at him. Stay down. 1, 2, 3. And Shane Edwards gets a big-time W here on WCW Monday Nitro right in the center of the ring. Let's see some replay action. Shane Edwards going to the high-end district early here and hitting a fantastic elbow drop. And then attacking him with the lumber here with the kendo sticks. But Ted Darklaw, I mean, seemingly completely out of it. Even got hit with a burning hammer here. Was able to mount some kind of offensive comeback here on Shane. Beautiful Blue Thunder Bomb on the outside as well as a big-time boot. But Shane Edwards hitting not only 1, but 2 sling blades, putting down Teddy Darklaw for that 1, 2, 3. And Shane Edwards gets out of here with a big-time W. And Shane Edwards will be in action this Friday with his brother, Shane and Sandy Edwards brothers, as they take on the Blackjacks. I'll tell you what, I'm excited after seeing the showing that they put on at the Gimmick Factory this past Saturday. I'm excited to see what goes on. But speaking of high and bright stars of the LSWA, we're about to hear from one of those young men right now, the Saponi Werewolf, Justin Booth. He's got some things he wants to say to the Figure Fight Club after what they did to him last week when he scored the W over Alpha Red. Let's hear what Justin has to say.
Last week on Thunder, after I scored the biggest win of my career, I get jumped from behind by Abby the Snake Cobra and J-Mac. You beat me down, you powerbombed me, you left me lying, you left me for dead, but you two jackasses didn't get the job done. I'm sick and tired of the numbers games. I'm sick and tired of being double teamed, of being triple teamed. So here's what I'm proposing. I hereby issue a challenge to the Figure Fight Club at Sunbury in a 6-man tag team, no holds barred, street fight. The 3 of you versus myself and 2 partners of my choosing. Now I can sit here and tell you who I'm bringing to Slamboree, who I've chosen to walk that aisle with me into a battle with the Figure Fight Club. But what's the fun in that? As a matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you guys who my tag team partners are. You're going to have to do like everybody else. You're going to have to wait until Slamboree. But I guarantee you, these 2 guys are not to be fucked with. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you, they're going to kick your asses pillar to post, coast to coast. Hell, they're going to fucking dog walk your asses before the night's over with. Get ready, boys. The hunt is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back right here on Monday Nitro, being joined by the WCW World Tag Team Champions, the Outsiders Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. They will be in action right now against the Figure Fight Club J-Mac and Abby the Snake Cobra.
The following contest
Last week, Abby the Snake Cobra and J-Mac had a fantastic tables match with the Hooligans. And because of that, the Outsiders said, let's take them on. Let's see if they're worthy of a future tag team title shot.
Kevin Nash and
That being
Scott
said, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash coming out here. And they're about to take on the Figure Fight Club. Before we get there, we just want to shout out Innis for supplying us with all the Legends themes. Thank you so much, Innis. Please head on over to his YouTube channel. Give him a subscribe. The man does great things, great theme songs like the one you're hearing right now, the NWO. As the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, grace the LSWA and the WCW audience with their presence finally, as they take on two other wonderful men, if you want to say, in the Figure Fight Club, and Abby the Snake Cobra and J-Mac. Two guys who put the boots to Justin Booth last week after he scored a victory and didn't have to join them. And here he comes, Abby the Snake Cobra.
and their opponents.
Letting the spotlight rain down on him.
502
And there's his hype man, J-Mac.
Snake and super smooth J-Mac, the club.
The Figure Fight Club is here on WCW Monday Nitro with an opportunity of a lifetime. If they could score a victory over the Outsiders, that would definitely ensure them an opportunity, possibly at Slamboree, the tag team titles. The question is, can they get it over on the crafty veterans, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash? Of course, Scott Hall, a very underrated performer. Many people always overlooked him. And maybe that is why right now they have a stranglehold over the tag titles. Look at this. Abby and J-Mac now playing to the LSWA faithful, letting them know that they will not shy away from the major moments here. They will embrace them. And not only that, conquer them. They have an opportunity of a lifetime. Kevin Nash going to start this one out against J-Mac, the big man. A Figure Fight Club takes on big sexy Kevin Nash, and there we go. Nash now ducks under. As you know, Nash and Hall have held those tag titles for quite some time now after beating the Steiner brothers. Nash and Hall basically come here when they want, how they want, and fight who they want. And they were impressed with J-Mac and Abby. And look at this. Scott Hall now smacking J-Mac in the back of the head. And wait a minute now, J-Mac. J-Mac gets dropped by Kevin Nash. Now Kevin Nash firing shots off onto J-Mac there. Kevin Nash recently coming back from an injury right before the Outsiders beat the Steiner brothers. Of course, we know Nash, no secret to a quad injury. Beautiful maneuver by big sexy Kevin Nash. These two men took the shot in the ass to keep them forever young, just like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin did. And now here they are at the LSWA, frozen in time, if you will. And Nash now tags in Scott Hall, gets in the ring. Scott Hall now throws his toothpick at J-Mac, tells him to get in the ring. And now Scott Hall works over J-Mac. 1, 2, and J-Mac kicks out. You're gonna have to do more than that to put J-Mac down here. And J-Mac firing a shot up to the midsection of Scott Hall. And beautiful DDT by J-Mac. J-Mac now wants to maybe utilize the ring, cut it in half, toss him over into the Figure Fight Club's corner. Maybe hit him with a couple of beautiful kick to the side of the head of Scott Hall. J-Mac showing that he's got fancy footwork there as he tags in the leader of the Figure Fight Club, Abi. And now Abi locking up with one of his mentors, Scott Hall. And Scott Hall now, beautiful maneuver there. Gonna work over Abi the Snake. Abi the Snake, trained at the power plant under the tutelage of Eddie Guerrero and Scott Hall. And look at this now. Abi, beautiful reversal. Oh, man, a minute, he hit him pretty hard in the face. He hit Scott Hall pretty hard in the face. I think he might have busted Scott Hall wide open. But that knee to the face. Wait a minute, this might be getting a little bit more physical than the outsiders expected. A beautiful maneuver by Abi. Springboard, spinning DDT, fantastic maneuver on the part of the Snake. Now he's tossing Scott Hall into the corner here. And wait a minute, look at this beautiful maneuver. Tag team wrestling 101 on the part of the Figure Fight Club. As Scott Hall now makes the tag to Kevin Nash, who gets back in the ring. Big man versus big man. And beautiful hip toss by Kevin Nash. And now J-Mac crawling into the wrong corner. Does not want to be there. Trying to fight out of it immediately. But now he can't put down big sexy Kevin Nash. And now wait a minute. Kevin Nash now going for a big time stalling suplex. Puts down J-Mac. And J-Mac now makes a tag to Abi. Kevin Nash going for an all shoulder tackle but missed it. Abi also reverses it. And wait a minute, now stares down. The big man realizes the size difference in the ring with Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash now displaying his power against Abi. Dropping Abi right across the top of his neck. And now big sexy Kevin Nash trying to stay in control of the Figure Fight Club, displaying why they are the current reigning and defending tag team champions. Well, let me tell you something, the Figure Fight Club is impressing me more and more every week, even though they resort to dirty tactics, which I don't think they should. They are a well-oiled machine. Look at this now, Nash was in trouble for a second there, but gets back in control. And Abi smartly breaks it up for J-Mac. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us here on WCW Nitro. I appreciate your beautiful reversal by J-Mac. J-Mac now going for it all, but Irish whip reversed by Nash. Nash dumps J-Mac into the corner. Now back elbows by Nash. And now wait a minute, Nash goes for a splash, but reversed by J-Mac. And now J-Mac, beautiful offensive barrage. Here, look at the power display with a sit-out power bomb on Kevin Nash. He would never take that move in real life. Here we go. One. And Nash kicks out. Nash looks visibly hurt right now as J-Mac goes back to the top rope here. Wait a minute now, J-Mac gonna go for it all. Beautiful double axe handle on a Kevin Nash. J-Mac, fantastic splash. A little bit of running head start there. A little momentum, and in comes Abi the Snake. I don't think the outsiders expected this kind of fight out of the Figure Fight Club. And Abi now going for a dirty pin, but Nash kicks out but respects the technique, he says. And Abi the Snake now going for another tag team maneuver. Like I said, well-oiled machine here. This is the Figure Fight Club, as they are staying on top of the tag team champions right now. Look at J-Mac now. J-Mac now going for the smooth sailing. He nailed the smooth sailing on a Kevin Nash. He's going to go for it all, but Scott Hall smartly gets in the ring and breaks it up. Scott Hall saw the trouble that Nash was in and smartly broke it up. And now J-Mac might have Nash exactly where he wants him. And another fantastic tag team maneuver for the Figure Fight Club. You would think that they were the more seasoned tag team than the outsiders, and a fantastic brainbuster by Abi the Snake. Don't let the size difference fool you. The guy's got some power here. 1, 2, and Nash kicks out. Nash might be in some serious trouble here. He is taking a hell of a beating from the hands of the Figure Fight Club. And now look at this, Abi playing to the crowd, and not smart, because now Scott Hall is the legal man here. And Scott Hall with a beautiful DDT on Abi the Snake. And now Scott Hall in control. Abi the Snake tried to play to the crowd, wanted to feed off this audience, and made one cardinal mistake, and he turned his back to the likes of Scott Hall. And now look at this, Scott Hall. Beautiful choke slam by Scott Hall, putting down Abi the Snake. J-Mac better get in that ring, and J-Mac breaks up the count. Fantastic tag team match here on WCW Nitro Future Tag Team Championship match for sure. Nash and Hall versus the Figure Fight Club. J-Mac dropped across the turnbuckle, now rolls out, and now Nash legal man, but beautiful. Abi staying on top of him. Abi, what's he got planned here? Abi might be going for that tope, but wait a minute. A little confused by what's going on here. And now Nash back up to his feet. Wait a minute now, Nash. Beautiful short arm clothesline by the big man. Puts Abi the Snake down. And now Kevin Nash in firm control. Abi just trying to get some offense, but can't seem to put enough together to keep Kevin Nash down and rolling to the outside. Now smartly getting a breathing room while Scott Hall really gets to take it to him by J-Mac. Nash now going to play in the corner, talking some smack to Abi. And Abi takes a big-time bulldog by Scott Hall. Too busy focused on the other opponent. Now he's in deep, deep trouble, and so is J-Mac as Nash just knocks J-Mac off the apron. And now the Outsiders might have gotten the advantage that they needed here to secure a victory. Abi now just searching for the ropes, looking for some help to get back up to his feet. Now, wait a minute, trying to get some breathing room, trying to get a tag back to J-Mac. And I think he's going to do just that. In comes J-Mac. Well, wait a minute now, J-Mac's going to the top rope. Are we about to see a doomsday device? And we do. Kevin Nash almost taken completely out. This might do it right here. 1, 2, and Scott Hall smartly breaks it up. Nash is in really big trouble. Nash is now favoring his neck and leg. And now look at this J-Mac. Beautiful Samoan drop by J-Mac. J-Mac now going to tag back in Abi the Snake. They're smartly keeping the fresh man in at all times. Really working over Kevin Nash. I don't think Kevin Nash expected this kind of offensive barrage from the Figure Fight Club, and the Figure Fight Club really staying on top of Kevin Nash. Look at his fantastic maneuvers here by this well-oiled machine. And wait a minute now, J-Mac going to cut off Nash. Nash trying to get a breather. Oh, wait a minute, he just smashed Nash's head off the floor, and I think Nash's leg bent wrong here. Wait a minute, Nash. Oh, Jesus, Nash just took a big-time spill there from J-Mac. Nash is really hurt. Nash is getting up to his feet slowly as J-Mac waits. Is J-Mac going to hit a smooth sailing? J-Mac nails Nash with a smooth sailing. Nash is seriously hurt. J-Mac trying to get Nash back into the ring, but I don't think Nash can stand. Nash trying to stay upright. Nash, wait a minute, look at this. Nash falls right on his face. Wait a minute, I'm being told the ref is throwing up the X. Abi the Snake is even checking on Nash himself. The ref just threw this match out. It's over. I'm being told right now that Kevin Nash just sustained another quad injury. As I said before, Nash coming back maybe a little too early, sustaining another injury. Right here might have done it. As you're seeing the replays here, look at this, the smooth sailing and his head literally bouncing off the floor. But he couldn't walk. Nash is definitely hurt. The medical team is walking into the back. Scott Hall just threw up the X. Eric Bischoff now throwing up the X. They are really upset. The Figure Fight Club walking out of here with a count-out victory, but at what cost? Because now one half of the tag team champions looks seriously hurt. What does this mean for the tag team division here? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at WCW Monday Nitro. We appreciate you for being a member, and I hope you're going to catch this and Raw, as well as SmackDown on Thunder on Friday. That being said, let's take a quick commercial break and get back with the action. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back for WCW Monday Nitro. Coming at you with another debut here. Saul Ruka takes on a debuting Radisson Vale. Radisson Vale, I'm being told by quite a few people in the locker room, since coming here to the LSWA, has had quite an attitude. The cousin of Kitsune, and of course, friend to the pre-rope, who maybe that's what it is. Maybe Tone Bone and Don Curvin might have taught her the only way to succeed in this game is to be completely sour. That being said, she finds herself in an opportunity of a lifetime here on WCW Monday Nitro. She takes on Saul Ruka in one-on-one competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the roster here just continues to heat up at the LSWA. We got so many more coming in here. Couple more just joined the fray over the weekend. As I said before, we have the public shows every Saturday at the Gimmick Factory. The Saturday evening slam. And speak of the devil, here she comes. Radisson Vale is on her way. From parts unknown, she's an adventurer. You never know where the Wanderer will wind up next. Apparently, she's going to wind up here in Los Angeles to take on a loudmouth Saul Ruka, as what she just said to the camera. And here she is on her way to the ring, not impressed at all with the LSWA faithful. Radisson Vale making her long-awaited debut here at the LSWA. As I said before, maybe using a little bit of nepotism, using the fact that Kitsune is her cousin to get in here. Kitsune, of course, holding the door open, but Kitsune will only hold the door open. Radisson Vale's going to have to blaze the trail through it. And that trail starts right here tonight on Nitro. I'm excited to see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Saul Ruka taking on Radisson Vale in one-on-one competition in Radisson Vale's debut match, and the bell just rings. Wait a minute, look at this, before the bell rings, Radisson Vale extending her hand in a mutual sign of respect here. And Saul Ruka accepting it. Maybe I ate my words here. Maybe Radisson Vale isn't as bad as we gave her credit for. And the bell rings. And here we go, one-on-one. Radisson Vale jumping right into action here. And ladies and gentlemen, got to be impressed with that. Radisson Vale proving to everybody that she is not here to maybe create enemies, but maybe here to create memories. As her and Saul Ruka start Radisson Vale's very young pro wrestling career at the LSWA. Of course, now Radisson Vale, I'm sure, did her homework. Radisson Vale is no stranger to bookwork as well as tape study. She knows she's going to have her work cut out for her with the high-flying antics of one Saul Ruka. A beautiful Luthes press by Radisson Vale. That's how you stop him. You cut him off right at the pass. Fire off some fists to the mouth. And wait a minute now. Saul Ruka reverses on Radisson Vale. Yeah, Saul drops a knee to the face. Putting down Radisson maybe. And goes for a springboard moonsault, but misses. Radisson Vale smartly rolls out of the way. And another kind of reversal here by Saul Ruka, as Radisson now locking horns with her, trying to keep her down, trying to make me just ground her here. And here we go now. Waist lock on the part of Radisson Vale. Saul Ruka can't get out of it. Radisson Vale might be the stronger of the two. Saul Ruka trying to, wait a minute now, smartly getting out of it, rolls in a little bit of reversal of her own, and now a waist lock of her own, got Radisson Vale in no man's land, and Radisson tosses her down. Look at the fantastic scientific ability here by Radisson Vale. Dropping down Saul Ruka, now has got her in quite a headlock here, really wrenching it in. Showing her dominance and power right now. Impressive so far in her debut is Radisson Vale. And now Radisson Vale goes what looks like a neck breaker, but Saul Ruka now reversing it, but a neck breaker of her own. Puts down Radisson Vale. Radisson might be in some trouble here. Springboard, but wait a minute. Radisson plays a little bit of possum. Radisson very smart. Irish whip now. Drop down. Beautiful leapfrog by Radisson Vale. Look at the beautiful athleticism. Fantastic arm drag by Vale. And now she's measuring her. She's measuring her right where she wants him. Chop to the chest. Another overhand chop. Another chop. And drops Saul Ruka down with a smack to the mouth. And now she's mounting her with punches. Radisson Vale really fired up here in her debut. And now Radisson going to the second rope here. Wait a minute, maybe. Beautiful moonsault by Radisson Vale. Shades of her cousin Kitsune. Going for a cover here. 1. And Saul kicks out at 1. Of course, Radisson Vale wants to prove not only to her cousin but this LSWA. Look at this beautiful standing maneuver there. Standing moonsault. Into a fantastic splash here. 1, 2. Radisson Vale wants to prove to the LSWA as well as her cousin. And her cousin might be in trouble. Her cousin, if she becomes the women's champion, Radisson might be gunning for her. And Saul now reverses it here. Wait a minute now. Saul drops Radisson. Fantastic maneuver here. Wait, 1, 2. And oh man, I thought that was going to be a very unsuccessful debut by Radisson Vale now. But Radisson's in big time trouble here. Oh, big time flipping cutter by Saul Ruka. And she goes for a cover here. It's going to be Radisson Vale's first loss. 1, 2. And Radisson kicks out. Fantastic acumen by Radisson Vale. Standing moonsault by Ruka. Radisson now slowly to get up. Wait a minute, Radisson now on instinct, grabbing her right by the waist and Irish whipping her off the ropes, and a beautiful drop kick by Radisson Vale. Drops Saul Ruka. Wait a minute now, measuring her. She's measuring Saul. Another chop. Wait a minute. Radisson now walking her into the corner. This could be a rookie mistake. Using her aggression now to fire off into the corner. 3rd time here. Wait a minute. Beautiful German suplex by Radisson Vale. I am impressed with the abilities of Radisson Vale so far. And the fact that she is just going for it all right now in her debut. Fantastic crossbody to the outside by Radisson Vale. Yet again impressing me. And now locks up. Saul Ruka tossing her back in the ring. Knows that's how she's going to get the W in the center of the ring here. Going to go for a pin. 1, 2. And Saul Ruka kicks out again. Everybody knows Radisson Vale will go for a tap-out submission before she goes for a pinfall. Big, beautiful Meteora drops Saul Ruka down. And now Radisson with a beautiful kick to the back. Radisson now, what does she got planned here? Wait a minute, reverses by Saul Ruka. Fantastic action here at WCW Nitro. Thank you so much for being a member and enjoying this. We appreciate you. Please leave a comment. Hit that thumbs up. Let everybody know about the LSWA and what they can see if they join the membership. And look at beautiful reversal maneuvers here. Look at this fantastic action here. Saul Ruka, beautiful athleticism, might be dropping Radisson Vale and might be giving Radisson her loss. Whoa! Coast to coast there with a splash. 1. And Radisson kicks out. Say what you want. Radisson Vale is fantastic right now. Kicks out. She's got a lot in the tank, it seems. And wait a minute now, another maneuver by Saul Ruka. Saul Ruka gonna go for it all here. And now she's measuring. Radisson getting up. Oh no, wait a minute, Radisson, no, reversal by Vale. Wait a minute now, wait a minute. Radisson Vale, beautiful maneuver by Radisson. 1, 2. And Saul Ruka kicks out again, but Radisson now is a little frustrated. Seems angry, and wait a minute now, she's measuring Saul again. Wait a minute now. Radisson's got something planned here, going to the second rope, and another Meteora drops Saul Ruka and is now furious and screaming at the crowd, saying that it's over. She's gonna make Saul tap, and here she goes in the crossface. She's got Saul in the crossface, is Saul gonna tap? Saul taps, Radisson Vale gets the W in her debut. Fantastic maneuver. Fantastic match. by Saul. Fantastic maneuver. Fantastic. Look at this. Listen, you gotta tip your cap to the athleticism here by Radisson Vale. Look at all the agility here. She has it all, ladies and gentlemen. Her future is bright here at the LSWA. The question is, when does she cross paths with one Kitsune, her cousin? And here we go. Fantastic. Saul tried to put it all on the line, put every move she had in the book, but Radisson was able to kick out of it all and showed everybody that she has a motor on her, that she can go, and it doesn't matter who you put in front of her. Fantastic opening. Fantastic debut for Radisson Vale. I'm excited to see what is next for this young lady at the LSWA. Maybe the handshake at the beginning of the match was just a confusion, maybe a tactic to confuse Saul Ruka. Because now back to her attitude is Radisson Vale, telling the crowd that they should have known that she was going to win from the jump. She had it. And listen, this commentator's impressed with Radisson Vale. Fantastic work. But you got a long road ahead of you to get to the Women's Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that I have some Rata, the Witch Doctor, right now is in the back by the ambulance, and he's got some stuff he wants to say to one Lex Luger and anybody who's listening.
Jobu Tony Fox, the man sacrifice. So the icon was buried. I am Rata. We are the Voodoo Temple. What will you do, LSWA? What will you do? We fight. You pray. Pray hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LSWA's WCW Nitro. Rey Mysterio, your Cruiserweight champion, is in action right now. Shout out to Innis for the fantastic Rey Mysterio theme. Your Cruiserweight champion is here, and he's about to take on another Cruiserweight great, a legend in Juventud Guerrera. Ladies and gentlemen, these two men know each other so well, and I can't wait to call this action, this Lucha Libre Cruiserweight contest. Of course, non-title action, because Rey Mysterio will be defending the Cruiserweight Championship at Slamboree against one action figure out at 112, who's had quite a few things to say about Rey Mysterio.
LSWA from San Diego,
Rey Mysterio, a fighting champion, that says even though I may not have to defend the title, I can still fight, and I will fight a great movie.
Champion Rey Mysterio.
This audience loves Rey Mysterio, and he is here to fight one of his friends, one of his longtime rivals, Juventud Guerrera. He's also signed on now to the LSWA, as well as Psychosis La Parca. And a few other Lucha Libre stars to come in the future here and there. You keep a lookout. And of course we have action figure outing the Saponi Werewolf and a few others who are also in that Cruiserweight division. But Rey Mysterio Jr. is here on Monday Nitro, and we await his opponent, Juventud Guerrera, the Juice. And here he comes, you know that theme song. The Juice is loose. He is here in the house, Juventud Guerrera.
From Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico,
He is ready to take on Rey Mysterio Jr. You want to talk about a man who is an absolute legend when it comes to Lucha Libre. And that is the Juice, Juventud Guerrera. And he knows Rey Mysterio quite well. And he's got an opportunity of a lifetime, maybe non-title, but if you get the job done tonight against Rey, they might be able to vie for an opportunity later in the future. Of course, they all represent the LWO. But right now, they find themselves as foes. One-on-one competition here on Nitro, and beautiful right out of the box. Both men go for it all, and both miss. And now Ubi has got Rey Mysterio in. Rey now reversing it. And Rey Mysterio now with a waist lock of his own. As I said before, Rey Mysterio currently engaged in some issues with one action figure addict, who is honestly right now not Rey Mysterio's biggest fan. He finds himself with an opportunity of a lifetime when he fights one-on-one with Rey at Slamboree. And all he had to do was go to the boss and ask, which also has a lot of the LSWA locker room asking some questions as to, is that all it takes? And turns out it doesn't. Eric Bischoff has taken a shine recently to action figure addict. And beautiful maneuver by Rey Mysterio. Fantastic cruiserweight action, going for it all there with a splash, but Juvi moved. Like I said, these two know each other so well. And now look at the fantastic maneuver here by Juvi, trying to make Rey dizzy. And oh, wait a minute now, reversal by Rey Mysterio. As you know, we still have a main event to come, ambulance match, Lex Luger versus the Witch Doctor Rata. Lex Luger trying to get a little bit of vengeance for his best friend Sting, who is no longer on the WCW roster after he was put in a casket. Sting also suffered a serious injury last week in that casket match against Rata, so Sting on the shelf for a while. Beautiful drop kick by Juvi. The question is, will Rata do the same to Lex Luger? Will Rata put Lex Luger down once and for all? In the ambulance, he says Joe Boo Tony Fox makes it so. We will see tonight in your main event, but right now, Rey Mysterio and Juvi putting it all on the line. Juvi, fantastic crossbody here, goes for it all. 1, 2, and Rey Mysterio just kicks out. Juvi back to the top rope, fantastic springboard moonsault. Juvi now in firm control of Rey Mysterio. Irish whip now into the corner, wait a minute. And now beautiful low drop kick by Rey, cutting out the legs of Juvi. Now he's going to attack the arms. No extremity is safe. Going for it all with the springboard, but Juvi moves and tosses Rey all the way to the outside. The juice might seriously be loose here at WCW Nitro as he now takes it all to Rey Mysterio, your Cruiserweight champion. Right now, you gotta think that Alpha Action Figure Addict is watching this very close. Oh, Jesus! Rey Mysterio now working over the arm of Juvi. Alpha, who is definitely in the building. I saw him earlier today at catering. He was eating a couple of cookies and just yucking it up with a couple of LSWA locker room, saying that Rey Mysterio's in for a rude awakening, a surprise of some sort of reality check. I'd like to know what he means by that. But right now, Juvi has got his work cut out for with the champion. Wait a minute now, Juvi now. Oh, what a beautiful reversal by Rey Mysterio. 1, and another reversal by Juvi. 1, 2. And Rey Mysterio just kicks out. Juvi now might have his number. Wait a minute now, Rey, beautiful reversal, drops Juvi. Goes for a double stop, but Juvi misses. Juvi now, beautiful maneuver, but misses the drop kick. Rey Mysterio just literally stopping in his tracks and drops Juvi with a neck breaker. Beautiful Asai moonsault by Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio decided to take the shot recently, become forever young, immortalized here at the LSWA. But unfortunately will stay at the age that he currently is. And whoa, Juvi now. Same thing with the Juventud Guerrera. Now Juvi drops Rey with a beautiful sit-out powerbomb. Is Juvi going for that 450? Is Juvi about to hit the 450? Here he goes. He just nailed the 450. Fantastic spinning maneuver in the air. 1, 2, and Rey Mysterio just kicks out of the 450. I don't think Juvi got all of it because he had a turn in midair. Juvi going for a drop kick, but Rey telegraphing it. Hell, beautiful maneuver by Rey Mysterio. Crucifix bomb. 1, and Juvi kicks out. And now Rey going for a splash, but misses. And now Juvi, wait a minute now, Rey drops Juvi. Rey Mysterio going for it all on Juvi. Beautiful move. Headbutt to the midsection. And now he's going to work over the leg of Juvi. Juventud Guerrera is in a position that he would prefer not to be in right now. And now Rey Mysterio picking up Juvi. What has Rey Mysterio got planned? The crafty veteran Rey Mysterio. Gonna work over longtime rival and friend Juventud Guerrera, going for it all. Beautiful Bulldog off the ropes by Rey. Rey's got it all right here. Go for that dub, Rey. 1, 2, and Juvi kicks out. Hey man, you gotta be impressed with Juventud Guerrera right now, hanging with the current reigning and defending Cruiserweight champion. Wait a minute now, Rey going for it all. Code Red. Code Red, it's the Code Red on Juvi. Now wait a minute, he just hears Alpha's music. Here comes Action Figure out. What the hell is he doing here? Distracting Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio telling him, come on down and fight me. And Action Figure out just laughing at him. What the hell is going on here? Rey Mysterio don't even know what's going on. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute here. Who's behind Rey? Who's behind Rey? It's his son, Dom Mysterio is here. Dom Mysterio and Alpha working together. What the hell is this about? Is Alpha the newest member of the Judgment Day? What the hell is going on here? Alpha headed to the ring now. Juvi's got Rey right where he wants him. And now Juvi gonna put Rey down. Really looks like a straitjacket powerbomb face slam. Jesus. And now going to the top rope. You might as well count to 100. But adding insult to injury is the 450 by Juvi. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. You might have been wearing a mask and a gun. You stole that victory, Juvi. Absolute ridiculous. Alpha and Dom Mysterio distracting Rey Mysterio, costing him the match against Juvi. And look at this action. Fantastic replays here. These two men laid it all on the line. Fantastic maneuver. And here comes Alpha to distract Rey Mysterio. And then Rey Mysterio takes a chair shot right over the head. And of course the 450. And that's all she wrote. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Juventud Guerrera. Wait a minute. Action Figure out it now. Put the boots to Rey Mysterio. What is this kind of crap? Is this the reality check you were talking about? You're a real scumbag, Jerry Curl. Get him out of here. Referee Chad Kroger getting Action Figure Addict out of here. That is absolute BS. Attacking the legend Rey Mysterio, current reigning and defending Cruiserweight champion. Alpha's got a lot of nerve, and I'll tell you this, coming at Slamboree, Alpha is in deep doo-doo when he goes one-on-one with your Cruiserweight champion, Rey Mysterio. I know Rey Mysterio personally as a friend. I'll tell you this, he is not going to take that lightly. And Alpha's in deep trouble when he goes one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. Ladies and gentlemen, you got our main event next. Lex Luger Rata ambulance match. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Your main event right now, Lex Luger, the total package, about to hit the arena. As I said before, it's an ambulance match, which means you got to put your opponent in an ambulance, close both doors. That seals the deal, no pun intended. But Lex Luger now on his way to the ring here, posing down for this WCW crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being a member and watching the LSWA Weekly. This is the kind of content you can expect from the Legend Series channel if you are a member. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why this theme song, well, that's the Lex Luger they put in the game. So that's the theme song I gave him. So that is the theme song he's going to have. And Lex Luger is here to defend the honor of one Sting from one icon to another. Sting and Luger go way, way back. They have quite the friendship, quite the brotherhood. And when Lex Luger watched Sting get put in the casket last week on Thunder by Rata, stepped up, went right to Eric Bischoff and said, I want to defend the honor of Sting, put me against Rata. Eric Bischoff said, I'll do you one better, Lex. We'll do an ambulance match. Rata put Sting in the hospital. Now here's your opportunity to put Rata in the hospital. The question is, can the total package do it? Can all those muscles earn him a victory against the Witch Doctor Rata, a man who has as of late run complete roughshod over the WCW locker room with him in his voodoo temple. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight he goes one-on-one against Lex Luger in an ambulance match. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here in
Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 228
Please, if you know anybody who wants to join, if you think anybody's on the fence, be like, I might want to join, let them know how great this action is weekly. Monday, Night Raw, Nitro, Friday Night SmackDown and Thunder. Weekly shows, story-based programming, as well as the live streams where we blur the lines. And there are no brands. Every man for himself, every man, woman, and child for himself. You can be a part of this action by just joining the membership. And ladies and gentlemen, Rata's on his way to the ring here. Going to take on the total package. As of late, has gone out of his way to take on the legends of WCW. I mean, he took out Sting. The question is, will he be able to take out the total package? Can he go 2 for 2 tonight against Luger in an ambulance match? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on WCW Monday Nitro. We appreciate you. I'm being told right now that the main event of WCW Thunder will be the Witch Doctor Rata, Sandy, and Bones against the Four Horsemen.
Ambulance match.
Oh man, here we go. Here are the rules.
Submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Rules are simple. Put your opponent in the ambulance, close the doors, and the match is done. Rata now staring down a hole in Luger and puts him down immediately with a clothesline. Rata and Luger now, both power games. Nobody is definitely stronger than the other. I'd say this is absolutely evenly matched. And I would even say the speed advantage goes to neither. Both of these men more power games than speed games for sure. But now Rata really letting this WCW crowd know what he's got planned for Lex Luger. But Lex Luger now fighting back here. The total package won't be denied here. He wants justice. He wants revenge for his friend Sting. And now Rata tossed over the top rope. Lex Luger might be going forward immediately here. Of course, the ambulance can be used as a weapon. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. You could theoretically pull out a sledgehammer, a chair, a table, and really go to town on your opponent, putting him down and incapacitating him enough to just toss him in to the ambulance. The question is, does Lex Luger have that kind of mean streak to him? And look at the power by Lex Luger being displayed, tossing Rata. Rata not having a single answer for Lex Luger right now. And now Lex Luger locking up with Rata. Walking him over to that ambulance, tossing him back in the ring. Maybe not fully done with him just yet. Now Luger telling him to get back up to his feet. Luger really wants to do this mano-a-mano, man-to-man. He doesn't want a single excuse for when he gets the job done. But look at this Rata squeezing the life out of Luger, and backbreak right onto the scraping all the skin off the back of Luger is Rata. Rata now tossing Luger to the outside. Rata now back into the ring. I guess thought against him. Maybe wants to beat him up some more after a little bit more punishment. And now Rata got him into the ropes here. Chop. Now he's going to work over Luger's legs here. Wait a minute now, Luger fighting back. Irish whip goes right and beautiful back elbow by Luger. Now Luger going to the top rope, uncharacteristic by the total package here. To the top rope goes Luger. And beautiful double axe handle by Lex Luger. And now Lex looks like he's going to go open the doors to the ambulance here. Here we go, it's starting now. Luger getting the ambulance open. Rata coming to the outside now, looking for some toys to play with. Pulls out a steel chair, but Luger snaps the chair right out of his hands. And now Rata, beautiful chop to the throat, and drops Luger right onto that chair. Rata now when Luger engaged in what could only be, oh, look at this, Rata falls off the ropes, slides off the ropes, and Luger now taking advantage of that. Luger, beautiful back. No, Manhattan drop on the Rata. Rata slipped off the ropes and fell back down to the floor, and Luger jumped all over him when he saw it. And now Luger working over Rata on the outside. As I said before, anything goes. It's an ambulance match. You got to incapacitate your opponent enough to throw him in the ambulance. So all this is legal. So you can't fault Luger for taking the cheap shots or the shortcuts. As Luger now continues to stomp out the Witch Doctor Rata. Now wait a minute now, Rata, beautiful reversal on the Luger. Puts down the total package, but the total package too strong for Rata right now. And now, wait a minute, Luger walking Rata back into the ring here. Tossing Rata back into the ring. Rata doesn't really have an answer for the total package, and the total package knows it, flexing. And now Rata going for a clothesline, but Lex blocked it. And now Lex displaying even more power. Snake eyes across the top rope. Rata really getting a beating right now. Has no answer at all for the total package, Lex Luger. And now Luger with a trapezius claw. But Rata now reverses it. Rata seems to be getting angry now. Not impressed at all by the offensive barrage of Lex Luger. Tosses Luger to the outside. And wait a minute now, Rata gonna walk Luger here. He's gonna toss Luger. But no, wait a minute, Luger reversing it. Rata. Oh, wait a minute now, Luger tosses Rata halfway in. All he's got to do is get Rata the rest of the way in. Rata now taking a seat, maybe taking a breather here. And Rata now tossed into the ambulance by Luger. Luger trying to close the door, but Rata not allowing it. Rata stopping Luger dead in his tracks right now. And Luger breaks the hold and falls to the floor as Rata now back in control of Luger. Fantastic main event here, ladies and gentlemen, on WCW Nitro. We appreciate you for being here. Rata now climbing to the top rope, and Rata going for a double axe handle, it seemed, but missed as Luger just completely sidestepped him. But now Rata back in control, maybe baiting Luger in by falling off the ropes a second time. And a beautiful sidewalk slam by Rata, putting down Lex Luger. And a beautiful short arm clothesline. Rata's got Luger right where he wants him. All he's got to do now is toss him into that damn ambulance. And he's going to walk. Well, wait a minute. Luger's fighting back with him. He can't. He's fighting him. Rata's trying. He's trying to fight him, but he can't. He looks like he's in a stalemate there. And Luger now getting the best of him. And now Luger kicked to the abs. Wait a minute, what does Luger got planned here? Luger gonna jack Rata up in a powerbomb. And oh my goodness, he powerbombs him into the ambulance. Oh my goodness, he just powerbombs Rata into the ambulance. And now he's gonna close him, and Rata's fighting back again. Rata, the soul, the voodoo soul of Rata, now fighting about everything he has. And now Rata back out of the ambulance here. Gonna toss Luger in halfway. Can he get Luger into that ambulance? Rata now, wait a minute. tosses Luger in. He's got Luger in. Rata not going to close the door, but Luger now, Bert, trying to fight it with everything he has, using every ounce of his strength to try to break it, and he does. He just breaks it open. Luger now attacking Rata. This is your main event to close out Nitro right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being a member. Forearm by Luger. The loaded forearm by Luger. Luger now, wait a minute. Is he going to powerbomb Rata and get into that ambulance? He is. Rata now powerbombed again by Luger. That's for Sting, he said. He just screamed right now, that's for Sting. And now Rata's trying to fight back. Rata trying to fight back, but Luger now gets one door closed. Look at Luger get the second door. Rata's trying to still fight. Luger pushing with everything he has. Pushing with everything he has. Got the spirit of Sting behind him. Can he get that door closed? Can he get the door closed? So Luger gets the door closed. Luger is the winner. Luger puts Rata down in the ambulance. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. Let's take a look at some of these replays here. Luger uncharacteristically off the top rope, but Luger stayed on top of Rata like he said he was going to do for Sting. This offensive barrage, as you see, but Rata hitting with some fantastic maneuvers of his own, but these two power bombs inside of the ambulance, and of course the forearm, the loaded forearm. Look at that slow motion dropping Rata in. And of course, securing the W is Lex Luger. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been WCW Monday Nitro. What a fantastic main event. Luger gets a receipt back for Sting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a member. We appreciate you. Please, if you know anybody wants to sign up, tell them to join the membership and we will get them on the roster. Until then, we will see you on WCW Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your night. We appreciate you. Have a great night. I am Tony Styles. This is the LSWA. Good night.